Yo, what's up guys? I am back, and yeah, today I'm going to answer these Q&A videos, but first I need to get to my location so I can pull out my phone and yeah, do the Q&A. And at that time I will also yeah, clean the bike because it looks very dirty. No lie, it's like I was off-roading all the time. And yeah, let's get to the washing station. Yeah, so this isn't the best place to put my bike. Or is it? Holy shit, why is it so hard? That's weird. Maybe this is the most embarrassing ripoff I'm doing. So yeah. So we are here at the Total Wash going to clean our bike and yeah, answer these questions you have asked me on the Q&A video. So let's check the first question. The first question is, what riding gear do you use for winter and for summer weather? So yeah, right now it's winter, and right now I use these Alpine Stars SMX 6v2. These are the Gore-Tex version, and the Gore-Tex version means that it has Gore-Tex in it, of course. Yeah, I have a Magna Impact Pro jacket. I'm having it on right now, and that one is also very nice. It's not Gore-Tex, but it has its own membrane. Well, yeah, they say it's a membrane, but I think it's actually laminated. And I have a cheap Rolef €60 textile pants, because yeah, what do I have to do with a Dainese or something? That's not my style of riding gear. It's also because it's too expensive. I'm a cheapskate, as you might know yourself. And yeah, these IXS, the Vernon, I don't know. But yeah, that's the answer to the first question. And I also use the rain overall, yeah, also from IXS. I paid around €60 for it. But yeah, it's that I use in rainy weather. So question number 2 is, would you rather be forced to ride a 50cc moped in perfect weather, or have your current bike but only to be able to ride in wintry weather? Well, that's a very nice question. I also don't even know how to answer that. If it is possible to have a 50cc and tune it a little bit, well yeah, 50cc and tune it, then it will be possibly that I get that one, that I will ride the 50cc scooter. But at the moment I really enjoy riding my bike in the winter. It doesn't really matter if it is raining or not. The only stupid thing about this is that the bike gets dirty, and that's about it. So a 50cc scooter wouldn't be that much of a problem for me, because I also have ridden one before. Not, well, yeah, not a scooter, but a supermoto style kind of yeah, moped, which was also really fun. But yeah, it was too slow for me, so I have modded it a little bit. So yeah, I don't think I can answer that question. If I can ride my VFR, then yeah, I will ride my VFR instead of a stupid scooter. But thanks for the question. That's a really interesting take on motorcycles. Some people also do not recognize mopeds as a valid motorcycle slash two-wheeler. And yeah, so the answer to that question is, I would rather ride my VFR in wintry weather and clean it every day than ride a 50cc moped. So the third question is, why don't you get a Ville as a project bike, or why don't you own one yet? Well, the Ville was a pretty nice bike to ride, but it lacks the power, and yeah, I really like power, as you might know, because you know me in real life. So to answer that question, I do not own a Ville because yeah, I have ridden one and I do not want to own it. Unless I am a courier or something, then maybe it would be a viable option to have. But at the moment a Ville is not really in my style of riding. And why don't I own one yet? It's because I'm still looking for a project bike. A Ville as a project bike is really nice. You can make a cafe racer from it, but that's also about it. You cannot make a race bike from it because it's also just a V-twin and has less than 60 horsepower or something. So yeah, that's not really nice to have. I want a bike with not a lot of cc's, that weighs less than 180 kilos. So a Ville is somewhere in between, but it doesn't have a lot of horsepower. So I hope I have answered that question. So another question. Faya Miro says, yo, I just found your channel. What does your username stand for? Well, yeah, I get that question a lot because it's just a random combination of numbers and letters, or letters and numbers, whatchamacallit. The reason of having a nick like that is just having a combination of 3 letters and 3 numbers. There was a time when I was looking for a new channel to make on YouTube. I haven't had an idea or didn't think about the username for the for the YouTube channel, because firstly I made computer stuff. I made a computer desk, I did some case modding and such, and yeah, that was kind of the thing that I did last time when I was on the internet. But yeah, more I cannot tell you about that, what it means. It's just random numbers and letters. So another question. Q&A, are there any bikes you wouldn't want to do as a project bike? Yes, there are bikes. Bikes that are over 1,000 euros. Older bikes, like big bikes like a Goldwing or something. I also do not want that one as a project bike because those are too big to put in the garage. Another VFR, because yeah, I already have a VFR. Also do not want to do any scooters or Aprilia, because parts are extremely expensive for those bikes. So most likely I'm going to look at enduros and adventure bikes, just like my Freewind 650. So more questions. What got you into riding a bike? Simple. Quirly. You know Quirly, that dude that does supermoto stuff every day? He brought me into bikes. And then I have bought a moped, the orange Chinese moped, and yeah, that got me into bikes a little bit. I modded it up, put 70 cc's in it, which was illegal. Then I have checked with my parents for a better option to go to school, because the car wasn't an option for me, because that's too expensive. And then we have 125 cc's, which is really the shittiest option you can have. Sorry Alex, but yeah, 125 cc is not my thing. And then we have the Freewind, which brought me into bikes further. So yeah, modding it, doing motovlogging stuff, etc, etc. That is kind of the thing what brought me into bikes. So another question. If you had all the money at your disposal, which bike would you buy? You cannot sell it, of course. It's difficult because I have many bikes I would want to own. I think it would be the Aprilia RS V4, but then I need money at my disposal to keep it maintained and keep it insured and such. So if I have that, then the RS V4 would be the bike that I would buy next, if I had the money, of course. I hope that answers your question. Then we have still another question. What are some things you don't like about riding? Actually nothing at all. I really like riding. The only thing that may be not likable to riding a motorcycle is the gear. It costs a lot. Well, yeah, you can do it on a budget, but you have to be protected. And of course, what I don't like about riding a motorcycle is cars. Yeah, they are always out to get you. We have still another question for the Q&A. Why do you motovlog and what got you into it? Yeah, this is the most difficult question I have had, I think, because motovlogging is something I never did. It started with my first crash on the motorcycle. A dude pulled out on me with his Opel something with a cabrio. Well, yeah, open roof, you know it. And I ran into his front bumper, which broke his car more than my bike. I just laid my bike down. Nothing serious to it, but that made me think about buying a camera for it. So I bought the first camera, the AZ1 VR from Sony, which is actually a very nice camera for the time being. It costed around, yeah, what was it? 200 euros or something, and it did 1080p, which was nice. 1080p for a camera that in that kind of time period was really nice. So I started filming daily observations and stupid stuff I did on the bike, and what other people did to me when I was on the bike. And it looks like it took off a little bit, because right now I have almost 390 subscribers, where I'm very thankful for, because without the help of you guys I wouldn't have any subscribers actually. What got me into motovlogging is actually my own stupidity of crashing my bike. Otherwise I would have never bought a camera or anything of that matter. So yeah, that was the question and answers. I hope I have served you well with this. My bike is clean right now, and I hope it stays clean. It cost me 10 euros or something. Crazy shit for that. So yeah, that was the questions and answers. I hope I have answered these enough for you, and I hope you have a nice day, and I say bye bye.